In the year 2147, humanity had reached the zenith of its technological prowess. The Earth was a sprawling web of interconnected cities, floating habitats in orbit, and terraformed colonies on Mars and Europa. Yet despite their advancements, humans remained haunted by an existential question. Were they alone in the universe? For decades, astronomers scanned the skies for signs of extraterrestrial life, but nothing definitive ever emerged, until the discovery of Erebus Erebus was not a planet or a star. It was something entirely different. A massive, irregularly shaped object drifting through deep space. It emitted faint electromagnetic signals that puzzled scientists. When probes finally approached Erebus, they transmitted images back to Earth, before mysteriously losing contact. What the probes revealed shook humanity to its core. Structures, unmistakably artificial, jutting out from the surface like jagged spires. Humanity had found proof of intelligent alien life. Dr. Arjun Patel, a xenobiologist with the United Earth Exploration Corps, UEEC, stood aboard the Aurora, one of 3 ships tasked with investigating Erebus. His heart raced as he gazed at the holographic display of the alien artifact dominating the bridge. It loomed over them now, so close that even without magnification, its shadowy form filled the viewport. "This is it," Captain Elena Vasquez said, her voice steady but tinged with awe. "Centuries of wondering, and here we are." Arjun nodded absently, his mind already racing ahead. He had spent years preparing for this moment, studying theoretical models of alien biology and ecosystems, but no amount of preparation could have readied him for what awaited inside Erebus. The landing party consisted of 12 members, each chosen for their expertise. Arjun led the science team, while Lieutenant Marcus Kane, a grizzled veteran of planetary exploration, commanded the security detail. As they descended onto Erebus's surface via drop pods, the gravity felt lighter than expected, almost disorienting. The airlock doors hissed open, revealing a landscape unlike anything they'd seen before. The ground beneath their boots shimmered faintly, as though alive. Strange crystalline formations protruded from the terrain, pulsating with soft hues of blue and green. In the distance, the towering spires stretched skyward, their surfaces etched with intricate patterns that seemed to shift when observed directly. "Stay sharp," Marcus muttered, his rifle scanning the horizon. "We don't know what's out." "There!" Arjun barely heard him. He knelt to examine the shimmering ground, running gloved fingers over its surface. "It's biological," he murmured, incredulous. "This entire structure, it's alive." Before anyone could respond, a low rumble reverberated through the air. The ground quaked gently, and the spires began to emit a faint glow. From the base of the nearest tower, a doorway yawned open, revealing darkness within. "That's our cue," Marcus said grimly, motioning for the team to advance. Inside the spire, the air grew colder, and the walls exuded a faint luminescence. The team moved cautiously, their helmet lights cutting through the gloom. Arjun's instruments went haywire, readings fluctuating wildly as if the very fabric of reality were unstable. Then they found it, the chamber. At first glance, it appeared to be some kind of laboratory. Alien machinery hummed softly, suspended in mid-air as if defying physics. At the center of the room lay a pod, transparent and filled with a viscous fluid. Suspended within was a creature unlike anything humanity had imagined. It was humanoid in shape, but distinctly otherworldly. Its skin, or rather its exoskeleton, reflected light in prismatic bursts, shifting colors with every movement. Long, slender limbs ended in delicate appendages that resembled both hands and claws. Most striking were its eyes, closed but visible beneath translucent lids, glowing faintly with an inner light. "What is that?" whispered Dr. Li Wei, the team's astrophysicist. It's beautiful, Arjun breathed, stepping closer. And it's alive. As if responding to his words, the pod began to hum louder. The fluid drained away, and the creature stirred. Its eyes snapped open, locking onto Arjun's visor. For a moment, time seemed to stop. Then, the creature spoke. Not in words, but directly into their minds. Why have you come? The voice was neither male nor female, resonating with a depth that transcended language. The team froze, stunned by the telepathic intrusion. We mean no harm, Arjun replied hesitantly, unsure if the creature understood human concepts. We're explorers. We seek knowledge. The creature regarded them silently for a long moment. You are young, it said finally. Young and fragile, but curious. Suddenly, the chamber lit up, and holographic projections filled the air. They depicted scenes of war, destruction, and rebirth, entire civilizations rising and falling, planets consumed by cataclysmic events. And then, a final image. Earth, surrounded by swirling clouds of debris. What does it mean? Marcus demanded, gripping his weapon tightly. They're warnings, Arjun realized, his stomach sinking. They've been watching us. The creature stepped out of the pod, its movements fluid and graceful. It extended a hand toward Arjun, who instinctively recoiled. Join us, it said. Evolve. Before anyone could react, the spire trembled violently. Alarms blared in their helmets as the ship above signaled an emergency. Something was approaching. Erebus, something massive. Back on the Aurora, Captain Vasquez watched in horror as a fleet of unknown vessels materialized on the scanners. They were sleek and organic-looking, reminiscent of the spires themselves. Communication attempts failed, and the fleet began advancing. On Erebus, the landing party faced a choice. The creature offered them salvation, but at what cost? To evolve meant leaving behind their humanity, merging with this new species. To refuse meant risking annihilation. Arjun looked at his teammates, their faces pale with fear and uncertainty. Then he turned to the creature. If we join you, he asked, what happens to us? The creature tilted its head, considering. You become more, stronger, immortal. Marcus stepped forward, his rifle raised. Over my dead body. The creature's gaze hardened. That can be arranged. Tension crackled in the air as the decision hung precariously between cooperation and conflict. Somewhere above, the alien fleet drew closer, their intentions unknown. Humanity's fate rested on the choices made in that chamber, a crossroads between survival and identity.